Hi everybody, how are you today? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sorry about that. Almost done with that cold bug I had. I hope you're doing well today. I'm feeling in kind of a weird, kind of melancholy mood. I don't know how to explain it. But while I was in the shower, I don't know, have any of you do this? When you're in the shower, you start thinking about all kinds of stuff. I don't know, everything comes to mind when you're in the shower. That happens to me occasionally. A lot, actually. I'll be in the shower and I'm like, oh, I think about this, think about that, whatever. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video about how sometimes life just doesn't turn out the way that we hoped it would. And I wanted to share my experience because my life definitely did not turn out the way I thought it was going to. And I want you to share with others in the comments how it worked out for you in terms of your life and how it turned out. Because I think when we're younger, excuse me, we have this, idea of what life's going to be when we're older. Well, I thought at my age, I just turned 70 this month, I thought I'd be happily married, sharing my, kids and grandkids with my husband, and we would be growing old together and, doing things together that we couldn't do because we had all the kids at home because I had 5 children. Yeah, that's what I thought years ago, because I've been divorced, 21 years. So yeah, years and years ago, I thought I was going to be getting older with my husband, with a man, right? And it didn't turn out that way. And sometimes I think we have this idea of what it's going to be when we're older, and when it doesn't turn out that way, it can be quite a shock. It can be very depressing. It can be, it can just make you feel like, where did everything go wrong, blah, 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 that type of thing. But in reality, how many people out there, things just don't turn out the way they thought. I pictured myself at this age getting up, having coffee with my husband. Let's just say with a wonderful man, because my ex-husband was not somebody who I was going to stay with once he became a drug addict. That just wasn't going to be. But I had visions of being this age with a wonderful man, getting up, having coffee, tea, whatever in the morning, sharing a lunch or brunch, because I don't eat breakfast, so, sharing a brunch and maybe going out for dinner now and then, that type of thing, sitting together, watching a movie, just everyday stuff. Yeah, that's what I thought it was going to be, and it definitely is not. Ended up getting divorced because I could no longer take his drug use, and sadly he did commit suicide 5 years after our divorce. And so nothing is how I thought it would be at this stage of my life. It was weird while I was showering. I was thinking all these thoughts of what would life have been like had things been very differently. What would my life be like sharing it with somebody? And don't get me wrong, I'm not a totally miserable human being because I'm living alone. But, I mean, I'm being honest. I'm being real here about, I have thought about what it would have been like had I had somebody to share this part of my life with. But it just seems that wasn't meant to be for some reason. And so I wonder what you guys, how your life, has your life turned out to be, I don't know, has it turned out to be what you wanted it to be? Has it turned out to be the complete opposite of what you wanted it to be? Because it can be very hard when you think back. Sometimes when you get in that mood of thinking of what you thought years ago, you know, when you were younger, or when you first got married or moved in with somebody, what have you, and you had these ideas of what it was going to be, and then it didn't turn out that way. And I just kind of wanted to hit on that because I have sat down sometimes and I have thought what it would have been like if my marriage had worked out, and we were sharing the joy of having our kids over and our grandkids, you know, having a barbecue, and or having a Sunday dinner maybe, or all gathering to go out to eat together or something. I've thought about that and what that would have been like. And yeah, I know there are people who are going to say, well, you can still do barbecue. You can still have have somebody over. But you know what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. What it would have been like as a couple getting older, sharing life together, and getting together with our family. That has been on my mind here and there, especially as I get older. I think to myself, gosh, what would it have been like, you know, to to share your day with somebody that you've been with for forever, you know, for years and years. Yeah, I know everybody can start a new relationship later in life, get married later in life, that type of thing. I understand that. But I have wondered what it'd be like to share this part of life with somebody that you've been with for years and years, for decades. And I didn't get that. My first husband was, I was married twice, guys. Once when I was 18, like a fool, and he was just a heavy-duty drinker. I mean, we were married 3 years, had one child. He was just an alcoholic. He was an abuser too. So yeah, that was just a mess. I was foolish to get married that young. And then my second marriage, well, he was an abuser as well, and then decided to become a drug addict, which took up the last 6 years of our life together as a married couple. And I knew I could not live with that forever, so I ended the marriage. But yeah, you think back to what your thoughts were when you were younger, or or like I said, when you were if you were newly married or whatever, and everything turned out just the opposite of what you thought. And I try to handle it the best I can. You know, there are days like today. I woke up feeling a little bit lonely, which was strange. I woke up and it was odd. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you how my morning was. I woke up, I looked over, my little dogs are snug and sound asleep next to me, and I thought, wonder what it would have been like to have had a husband next to me, or a man, not necessarily married, but a man next to me to wake up to. And then comes the thoughts of, oh, well, maybe it's a good thing I don't have to put up with somebody being next to me. You know, you kind of go back and forth. But yeah, that was the feeling this morning of, well, at least I have my little dogs. I laid there and I thought, at least I have my little dogs to snuggle up to, which I did. But I'm not going to lie, I thought, what would it be like to wake up next to somebody and, oh, good morning, honey. Get up and have some coffee or tea, whatever. You know, just those everyday little things. It kind of got to me today. I'm not sure why. But you all know how these things come and go. These emotions come and go. You're wishing for this, or you're hoping it would be this way, and then something tells you, no, maybe not. And then you start thinking, well, I'm doing okay. I don't need it to be that way. You go back and forth. You know what I'm talking about. And so, yeah, just was in kind of a little melancholy mood, and I don't know why. I'm just chatting with you now. No real, no real purpose. Just I even did my makeup and everything today because I thought I need to pull myself out of this mood. And I have to admit, I feel better when I just feel better when I do my makeup and my hair and everything. I just feel better. But I normally don't do it because it takes a lot of effort. That's why I stopped making videos for 2 years, several years back. I stopped making videos for 2 years because of the pressure of get your makeup done, get your hair done, do this, do that, what have you. And it burned me out. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm tired. So when I started this time, I made it clear from the beginning. You'll see me with makeup, you'll see me without makeup, you'll see me with my hair done, you'll see me rolling out of bed in my robe. And that's what it's been, and that's what it will continue to be. Because if I get in the mood to make a video, I don't want to stop and think, oh my gosh, I have to go do my makeup and my hair before I do this video, because that killed the joy for me. So anyway, back to the subject. Yeah, I sometimes, I really stop and think what life would have been like if I'd have had somebody to grow old with. Somebody to share the ups and downs, the happy, the sad, the good, the bad. Someone to just chat with, someone to just talk to, and I particularly get that feeling, excuse me guys, I'm still dealing with this cold, but I get that feeling a lot when the weather gets stormy, because oh, how I love stormy weather. Oh, I love it. And it makes me want to, it makes me get in the mood where I want to snuggle up with somebody and just enjoy the stormy weather. But there's no one there, so these are the guys I snuggle up with. Thank goodness I have them. They are my little angels. But yeah, I get in these moods now and then I go back to another mood where I'm very grateful I'm living alone, that I don't have to put up with somebody else's personality, moods, ways, what have you, temperament, whatever. So yeah, but I gotta, I just wanted to bring this to light because I know there's a lot of you out there who I'm sure you thought your life was going to be very different at whatever stage you're in, but particularly when you're older. When you're older, when you're elderly, and you have all this experience in life behind you, did things turn out the way you hope, or even close to it at all, or just not at all? And I guess this can apply to really any stage in life. Maybe you're 30 and you're thinking something else would be different by 30 or 40 or 50 or 60. Well, now that I'm 70, yeah, I admit I sometimes stop and think, gosh, I wish I had somebody to grow old with. And then other days, not so much. So tell me what kind of place you're in, what stage you're in your life right now. Is it what you hoped it would be at this age, this stage? Because I know everybody experiences so many things that can alter or change their entire future that happens unexpectedly. And it can affect you for the rest of your life, basically. Living alone has definitely affected me. I never thought, never in a million years did I think at this age I'd be living alone. Not even this age. I mean, I've been divorced for 21 years. But I have been living alone since my son moved out in 2019. But before that, I was sharing an apartment with 1 or 2 or 3 of my kids, whichever moved in and out, that type of thing. But yeah, living completely alone, it has been since 2019, January to be exact. And I just never thought this was going to be the case, guys. It's just one of those days where I'm going to have to get busy. I started doing some deep cleaning in the house. I started with my bedroom and made it just spotless. Did everything you can think of. dusted, wiped, vacuumed, made, put on clean bedding, emptied the closet out on the bottom, vacuumed, clean. I mean, I just made it nice and comfy and cozy. Put my candle in there, and it just feels good to walk in. You can feel the energy after doing such a deep cleaning. It feels good. So I'm going to go room by room in my house to do that, just to, I don't know, brighten up the place or make the place just feel better. And it's exhausting. I slept really well. I slept really well last night. But yeah, guys, I just was in this mood today, and I'm not sure why. Isn't it funny how that happens to, I don't know if it happens to you, but you can be going along just smoothly and great, and then something makes you feel like, if my life was this way, what would it have been like? That's just one of those days. I'm a bit down today, so I'm going to get busy doing something to lift my spirits, try to lift my spirits, because it comes out of nowhere and I don't know why. But in the shower, my brain starts to think of all kinds of things. So share your experiences, guys, what you're going through in your life at this whatever age or stage you're at, and let people know how you feel. It can help them. Maybe they're experiencing the same things that I am, or that maybe some of you are out there, and it does help people to know that, to feel that they're not alone in maybe feeling like my life didn't turn out the way I hoped it would, and I'm really sad about it. So anyway, guys, there are a lot of people who feel that way. They're sad, or they're just down and out about it. So take care, guys. Share your feelings on where you're at in life, and what can I say? Just one of those days. So take care, and thank you for watching my videos. I appreciate it more than you know. You guys take care. Say bye, Lily. She gets so comfy. I love you. Okay, I gotta get up. Oh, okay. Take care, guys. See you in the next video.